Denmark was the very first country in Europe that has reopened its schools. From split classes to outdoor lessons, today we take a look at what Denmark can teach us about reopening schools in times of COVID-19. Lotte Tingsager, eTwinning ambassador and teacher, will fill us in. Welcome.
Thank you very much. I'm happy to be here.
Lotte, Denmark is unusual. It reopened its schools before anything else because it was a priority to allow parents to return to work. What are some of your procedures in place?
We are having the classes divided in small groups. There are 10 to 13 children in each group. And that demands more teachers to attend the lessons. And we also have procedures for distancing. We have to keep distance and wash our hands or use, what's it called?
Temperature checks?
Sorry?
Soap? Using soap or temperature checks?
Yeah. No, not we don't check the temperatures. We are relying on the parents that they don't send the students to school if there have any signs of illness. Then the parents have to let them stay at home.
What do you say? How can schools function in times of COVID-19?
I think it's going quite well. The students are very aware of the rules, that they have to wash their hands each time they go into a room. They don't have to do it when they go out. That was at the beginning. Then we had to wash our hands both when we went out of the room and came into a room. But now we only wash our hands when we come back. And then we have, in the playground, we are divided into sections or groups. So the students, they know what to do. And I can say I teach the older students, and we came back a little bit later. So my colleagues who were the first to go back with the primary school children, they have given us a lot of, guidelines, a lot of guidance to what we should do with the older students.
And what are schools actually doing to limit infections? Are there any measurements?
We rely on the parents to not send children to school if they are ill or signs of illness. And if we observe a child that has a cold or is coughing, then we have to send them home. We also are very good at the distancing, and in each break there's a cleaning crew who comes and clean the chairs and the tables.
How do parents feel about their kids returning back to school? Are some of them still nervous?
I don't think they're nervous now. They have speculations because we also get we are reopening everything. So of course there are more infections among us. But I don't think that the parents are concerned anymore. They were at first when the youngest children returned. There was a lot of parents who wanted to have their children at home, and they didn't want them to go to school or to kindergarten. But now I think everyone is more relaxed about it. Not that we don't. What can we say? We still follow the guidelines. We still follow the rules, and everyone is confident that everyone does it.
What do you think is the hardest thing for children?
Not to give hugs. They want to give each other a hug, or also I don't give that many hugs anymore. but I try to be close to my students anyway, and talk to them and sit down with them, but we have to keep some distance. And that I do with the older students. I can see that my colleagues who teach the younger children, they still give hugs because that's follows the job, and we can't do without it. But then they have a small group that they are assigned to, so they don't hug everyone. They only hug the group that they are allowed to
hug.
Yeah.
What do you think? How do you think are pupils and teachers adapting to the new situation?
I think they are adapting quite well. We have had a lot of online teaching, and the older students loved the period with the online teaching, even though they were very much alone, and but they could sleep a little longer and do the tasks when they woke up, and we could talk to them through the early day. So I think they are adapting quite well. But I have a 7th graders, and they are divided into 2 classes, 13 in each. And they are saying now we missed the other half. We missed the other half of our class because we teach simultaneously. So my colleague is teaching Danish in the one class, and I'm teaching math. And then after an hour and a half, we switch classes. So they never
get to see each other
together again. So I think that they are doing a lot of gatherings outside school. They go to the McDonald's when they go home, and so, but we can't control that. So we just hope that they are still keeping a distance on the way home.
Denmark locked down early and it locked down hard. What were the benefits of acting early?
That we don't have that many infected, and we don't have that many deaths. I think it's hard on the economy. It's hard on the businesses, but we don't see that many people dying from this disease. I don't have the number from today, but yesterday there were none. So I think that was quite good.
What about playtimes at the moment? Classes are divided into even smaller groups, and the children aren't allowed to play with more than 4 children, I think.
Yeah. I think we are a bit. That was at the beginning.
At the beginning, okay. Has it changed since?
Yeah, because when I look around the playground of the school now, I see all kinds of children running around, but still in groups. The first graders are divided perhaps into 4 groups, and then they play. But there are more than 4 people in each group, I think. And in my 7th graders, they are playing in 3 groups.
Okay.
So, and there are 24 students. So they are enjoying it, and they say that now they have to play with each other and find something to do, because the older students, they tend to look at their phones in Denmark. The students are allowed to have their phones in the classroom and also while teaching, because we use it as a tool in the lessons. So in the recess, they tend to go to Instagram or Snapchat or TikTok, YouTube, whatever. But now they have to go out. That's a condition. They have to go out and play together, and they love it. And I think that's something good that come out of this situation with the virus.
So definitely an improvement.
Yeah, that's an improvement, and that brings them together as a class again. I think.
What are other improvements or key lessons Denmark has learned during COVID-19?
That we can teach from the students online, and they have grown with the task, if you can say that. At first, the students couldn't find what materials we were giving them and where to go, in which platform. But now they are much more confident in the technology. And I think that's quite good. So we have learned a lot of new technologies. It has been a steep learning curve for us all. So I think that the way we are teaching and the way we are using online tools has been an improvement for all of us.
What do you think will schools look like in the future? Or how do you want them to look like?
I still want the students to be at school, not at home and being taught. Because the social being together, learning together, reading each other's faces, talking to each other. You can't, for example, learn a language if you don't talk to another person. So it's difficult to teach everything online. And what more? Of course, we were forced to slow down. We couldn't be in our usual treadmill. We had to do something else. We have to do something different. We have to rethink teaching, and we have to rethink how classes works. And perhaps that's the one thing that we could learn of the COVID-19. Not that I ever wanted another pandemic, but the break that we had to look at ourselves and find another way of doing things. That was quite nice and quite. I learned quite a lot from it. I had to rethink how I wrote my tasks, because I couldn't speak with my students. I couldn't tell them what to do. I had to write some of it, and that requires other words or another didactic.
Yeah, Denmark really is a guiding light for others. Let's hope other countries can catch up soon. Thank you so much for talking to us and letting us know what's going on over there in Denmark.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.